The account of Jesus' third miracle is recorded in the book of John 5, verses 1 through 8. It found Jesus traveling up to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish festivals. There is a pool which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Usually a large number of disabled people used to lie by the pool. This included the blind, the lame, and the paralyzed, who believed the pool contained healing abilities to make people whole. On one such occasion laid a man who had been invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw the man, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" The man replied, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I'm trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your bed, and walk." He healed the man, who got up and walked away. The story in the Gospel of John conveys 2 important parts to ponder. First, the account at Bethesda records the actual healing of the paralyzed man. Jesus uses the miracle to manifest himself as the giver of power to the powerless, to those that trust him. The crippled man may not have known who Jesus really was. However, he had faith enough in Jesus' healer to cleave to him with as genuine a faith as possible. The second point to ponder is this: Jesus is not only portrayed to the invalid man as a healer, but as a judge. Later in the account, Jesus warned the healed man of the possibility they relapse. More on that later. After seeing Jesus do the miracle, the Jewish religious leaders try to stop the man by saying these words: "It is the Sabbath day. It's not lawful for thee to carry thy bed." The religious leaders get an answer by the same man that Jesus healed in John 5:11. He answered them, "He that made me whole, the same said unto me, Take up thy bed and walk." It was as if he was actually saying that Jesus gave him the power. Had he not a right to tell what to do with it? That it was his gift, allowing the man to lift his bed and to be able to walk. Then in John 5:12, they asked the healed man, "Who is the man who said to you, Take up your bed and walk?" But the one who was healed did not know who or where he was, for Jesus had left the area because of the large multitude of people. Jesus sees the healed man again at the temple. In John 5:14, he said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning or something worse may happen to you." The man's 38 years of illness had apparently been brought on by dissipation. It was sin of flesh, avenged in the flesh, that had given him his years of miserable life. It was like Christ was telling the healed man, there is a worse thing than 38 years of paralysis. If he continued to sin, his punishment could be worse. That there is always danger that we could fall back into old sins and suffer greater difficulties. Jesus was not saying that this man could stop sinning completely. No one can. Instead, Jesus wanted this man to live a life of repentance and trusting in God's mercy. 38 years of not being able to walk must have caused much suffering, but a lifetime of sin can lead to an eternity of suffering. This is H.A. Graves.